I want to bring something up that occurred. So I was watching the Herd Show last week, and I know you've been getting a lot of questions about this as a Cam Newton situation. I just want to bring that up to you and see what the reason was behind that. But I think you were criticizing the way he dresses, and Cam Newton said he agrees with you, but he's not going to change the way he dresses. So explain to me, what do you say to the critics or whoever's criticizing you, and what do you say to that?
First of all, the criticism is all about the play on the field.
Yeah.
The guy's got tremendous style. He's very flamboyant. I don't know if that's the word to use. He's forward thinking in how he dresses, and he can own it, and he does own it. That being said, my comments were more from a self-experience in the sense that when things aren't going well on the field,
right,
when I'm not playing or performing to my best, or things are a struggle, which I've experienced in Cleveland, in Detroit, the last thing that I wanted to do was bring any more attention to myself off the field. And that's where it was. People wanted to turn it into, what's his clothes got to do with his performance? No, it's not about that. You're going to dress like a king, play like a king on the field.
Right.
I'm not telling you to change your style of dress, how you approach the game, how you approach going into the stadium, but how are you approaching the game mentally? Are you doing what's necessary to prepare yourself to be the best player on the field, the best leader on the field for your team, the guy who's going to execute the offense to the best of his ability, or are you just showing up? Yes, you're 6'5", you're 245 pounds. You're the God-given prototype of what a quarterback should look like, because you're not only the Troy Aikman lookalike of the 80s and 90s that everybody wanted, but you also have the athletic ability of the Michael Vicks and the Russell Wilsons to escape, to lengthen plays, to put tremendous pressure on defenses. But if you're not executing the offense to your maximum potential, that's where the issues were with me, or what lied with me. And yes, I was showing a picture of his clothing, how he went up to the game that day. Granted, we're a 49er affiliated station. The Niners just whooped him. He just threw 3 interceptions. He had a tough day out on the field. And my comments were more about my own self-reflection as to when I went to the stadium, I didn't want to bring any more attention to myself. And that's what it was about. Hey, own your style. I get it. He does that. And hey, he looks great. But hey, turn things around on the field. Be great on the field. And yeah, people want to say, oh, Garcia, who are you? Hey, Cam went to a Super Bowl. Cam was MVP. Yeah, Cam was the #1 player taken in the National Football League when he came out in the draft. I wasn't drafted. I wasn't even sniffed by the NFL. I had to go to Canada, prove myself for 5 years. But you know what? I forged my way back into getting into the NFL. I went out and I battled being 6 feet, 190 pounds, undrafted, unliked, unlooked at. And I earned it. 4 Pro Bowls, 3 division titles, 4 playoff runs. Yeah, I didn't go to the Super Bowl. But you know what? I took a 4-12 team in Tampa and turned them into a NFC South division title winner. And they haven't been to the playoffs since. It's been 12, 13 years. And they'll probably get there now because they have a hell of a leader. And what's the difference between New England last year and this year? Every team's struggling with injuries. Yeah, they don't have the receiving core. They don't have the running backs. But tell me, outside of Edelman and Gronk, and flashes of one guy in, Randy Moss for a season, one guy here for a season. Hey, Tom Brady makes people better around him because he approaches the game with the mentality that I'm going to study, I'm going to prepare, and I'm going to be the best player on the football field. And I'm going to elevate everybody else's game around me. And I feel like that was my approach. I'm out there to elevate everybody else's game around me because I expect the best out of me. And I'm going to climb that mountain. I'm going to be the best that I can be. And I'm going to throw blows with whoever. And I'm going to be a bad, tough SOB. And that's just my chip on my shoulder. And I didn't expect it or mean it to come across as a black-white issue, because it's not about that.
Right.
I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
You want to talk about people that have been oppressed and have been shit on and who have had to deal with some hard times as well in their own lives, and who are out there picking the fruits and vegetables that you buy on the grocery market because nobody else wants to go out there and pick them. You know what? Hey, I know what that's all about, and maybe I didn't personally feel it and have to deal with it, but I know what it's about.
Right.
And in no way am I that guy. I have great friends, best friends, who are of all colors, and I'm colorblind is how I look at it. And it hurt in that way that people wanted to turn it into a race issue, which it had nothing to do. It was all about the play on the field. Going into the game, he had 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He was not playing great football. Since his Super Bowl run, he's lost more than he's won.
Yeah.
And he had the fortunate opportunity to be with the same team throughout most of his career, and then join a team that's been nothing but great. They've been Super Bowl champs as recently as 2 years ago. They've been in the playoffs every single year, but maybe one in the last 20. So what's happening? That's where it was coming from. And I don't want to disrespect Cam in any sort of way. But you know what? Sometimes, hey, the truth needs to be said.
Right.
That's my feeling. That's what as somebody in the media, I'm put on a stage to be able to speak my mind, and I spoke my mind.
Right.
And hey, I have tremendous respect for him and his abilities, for how he dresses. I just haven't seen what I feel like I need to see on the football field. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me